I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Welcome to I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. I am your host, Andrew Moose. If this is your first time listening, first of all, welcome. I'm with the Band invites musicians and bands of all types to discuss their current projects, their touring lives, and their lives as musicians. We would love for you to hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're using right now so that you can get I'm with the Band episodes beamed directly to you whenever we do drop an episode. If you like what you're hearing right now and you might be considering advertising on the Mesh Podcast Network, it's a great way to reach a targeted audience. Plus, I've only heard that the people who listen to the podcast here on the Mesh are rich and they're beautiful and all they want to do is spend money with your company. So I digress. You can go to mesh.tv, themesh.tv/advertise for more information. And today on I'm with the Band, I am super excited to have on the show North Carolina-based singer-songwriter, Miss Dani Kerr. How are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Right on. And we do have a special guest star. My dog Lonnie is also in the studio, so if he barks, that's him. So let's get right into it and talk about your music. And you and I talked a little bit offline today about your recording process. You're recording an album. Pretty exciting, right?
Yeah. For the very first time. So I'm lucky. My producer and me, we've kind of teamed up, and we're like, all right, we're just going to go at no specific pace. We're just going to learn and do this together, and it's really coming along. We're getting some final vocal cuts now, so it's not much longer, and I'm super excited about it.
Awesome! Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. I know you gig around with the Skeleton Crew, quote unquote, your band, and are they your backing musicians for the album as well?
So they're kind of a separate entity. So
okay.
It's been interesting. We're kind of reshaping that as something completely different in general, because we've switched out some members. Matt Eckert is playing with us now, so we've got Matt Eckert, Ryan McCoy on bass, and our drummer, Mr. Bryce Foster from Tennessee. So we're going to pursue a whole separate project with that. So
nice.
That's kind of just started. We've been writing a little bit, and it's coming out cool. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Matt, your significant other, also,
Yes.
is a good buddy of mine too. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are joining forces on that front, because I've always thought, I was like, they've got to start playing music together at some point. So that's great to hear. So I'll see you're out playing.
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah,
luckily.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. It's weird, right?
Yeah. And like I said, when I say luckily, I really mean luckily, because as you know, I mean, there's not much going around, and a lot of musicians are really out of work. So I think me being in the spot that I was kind of set me up to be a little more lucky in this time. Still playing, the local businesses and supporting them. So they've been really good about keeping music, the ones that I've made friendships with. Even though the hours are changed now, they have all been so considerate of musicians, and I'm really thankful. A lot in this area too.
Right. Where you were originally from? Statesville? Mm-hmm. Hometown. What's up? Yeah, me too.
States Vegas.
Yeah, that's right. So let's talk a little bit about the Statesville music scene, because honestly, I am just so impressed with what Statesville's done in the last 15, 20 years, because I'm just dating myself right now. You don't remember the Statesville music scene 20 years ago, I'm sure. But from what they're doing and the businesses that are promoting live music, that have folks that come in and play every weekend, the amount of folks that are coming downtown and other places to hear live music is wild. Mm-hmm. It's for such a small town, they are pumping out great music. So it's good to see. I mean, obviously you see that too. So, it's only got to go one way, and it's up, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, like you said, I don't remember it 20 years ago. I don't remember anything 20 years ago.
Right, exactly. I'm dating myself.
No, that's all right. That's cool. You've seen the whole evolution. But I have seen it 5 years ago, and just the difference in the past 5 years has been incredible. I mean, from the addition to the venues that are there now, the way that they've all kind of teamed up together, and all of the artists that have kind of just emerged out of Statesville. And when I say artists in Statesville, you think of music towns that are more touristy, and there's a lot of musicians, and they're great musicians, but the people in Statesville, they're so creative. And that's why it's such an artist town. And I think as it grows, I think it'll extend to the other arts even more so.
Right.
With the art galleries that we've had open up, and the art hall opening up, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, love seeing that from the hometown. You know, and every time I have been fortunate enough to go back to Statesville and play, I can rattle off 5 or 6 venues that are just awesome. Especially the Red Buffalo and Broad Street Burger, and Mayo's, rest in peace. Like Delaney's, all those spots that are downtown. I love how they are just. They're embracing it. Mm-hmm. They're embracing it, and good for them, because it's doing nothing but drawing people downtown to hear live music and all that good stuff. So, live music. We're lucky enough to have you in studio today. This is not our typical remote podcast that we've been doing the last few months because of the quarantine, and you have your guitar here.
Yeah,
so I'd love to hear something. What are you going to play for us?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with what I started with the recording process. This was kind of the first song that we sat down and worked out. And for me, becoming a musician, it was a little bit of it was like a jump off of a cliff. But I knew it was the right jump off of a cliff. But I don't know if all your family members and people around you understand that jump if you drop out of culinary school. It's a little scary when you do it that way. And I don't recommend dropping out of school, but I do recommend following your dreams. So I was like, it's what I got to do, And I was I think I had 2 shows that month. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And that's kind of what it's about. It's called The Truth.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Say when you're gonna get a job, and now you're gonna go to college. You can't waste your whole life singing in some bar. You need a steady boyfriend. You're on the town every evening, and on Sunday morning we're wondering where you are. Girl, what's up with you? Tell us the truth. Well, I'm like green grass and clover, high tide and 6 days sober. All I see in front of me is blue sky. There's nothing in my review. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm not gonna hang around this one pony town and wait to die. Like you and you and you, and that's the truth. This ain't what you want from me, I'm not who you want me to be. But you gotta spend some time in the barrel before you drink the wine. You see, people, I'm just learning how to fly. I'm like Tupelo honey and Carolina moonshine. Get a rockin' just after midnight. Turn up the gas, burn this damn place down. A sinner and a wind breathing on a wildfire. Burning bridges, holding on for dear life. Drinking in the springtime of my youth. Ain't got time for you, or you. That's the truth. Oh, and freedom ain't free if you're tied down. I can't reach for my dreams if my hands and feet are bound. So 'cause I just wanna sing to you and you and you. 'Cause I'm like green grass and clover, high tide and 6 days sober. All I see in front of me is blue sky. There's nothing in my rear view. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm not gonna hang around this one pony town and wait to die. Like you and you and you. And that's the truth.
Hell yeah, man. Good
Thank
stuff.
you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about, folks taking that jump to go and do it. And every musician has that existential crisis before they do that. And it's, it either pays off and it doesn't, or it doesn't. And I think that, you got to figure it out. We're going to, you got it. Yeah,
Thank you, man.
For sure. So I ask everybody who comes on the show, especially North Carolina-based musicians, what's your favorite venue or festival that you've played?
Oh man, I knew you were going to ask the question too, and I was trying to think of all the places that I've played.
You can pump all of them if you want to.
Okay, I'll name a few of the top moments that I've had so far in North Carolina, and there's a lot. I just want to say, side note, there's a lot of great places to play in North Carolina.
Right.
It's such a great music state.
Yeah, for sure. And but that's indicative of the amount of musicians that are able to fill those places too,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All the way around. It's great. Venue, we played One World Brewing West in Asheville, and that place was really awesome. Just the whole experience was great, from the venue to the people that were there, the atmosphere. That was one of the best feelings I had while playing. Kanawha Valley Bike Rally, that's always a fun one. I've played that a few times. And then Grover Fest.
Yeah.
Grover Fest, definitely. I got to do it 1 year, and then I was supposed to continue with it, and now we're just waiting for that.
Yeah, we didn't get to do it last
but...
year. Yeah, well, as our listeners know that, I'm intricately involved in Grover too, and you'll be back there 100%. Hopefully, we're all going to be back this June, but we'll just see how the pandemic treats us, and then go from there. Because the last thing we want to do is throw a festival and a bunch of people get sick.
Right.
That'd be awful. So.
And when it is able to come back, I feel like it's probably going to be bigger than ever.
Oh, buddy,
everybody's thirsty for it.
That's right. I've heard a lot of people say the Roaring '20s are going to come right back again.
Yep.
And I think that with everybody being cooped up in their house for a year or so, that it's going to be gangbusters. So we're excited about that for sure. So what are you listening to right now?
Listening to,
Yeah.
I've recently kind of dug deep into Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I know that's a big and pretty common name, but I hadn't dug deep into him yet, and I've been searching for guitar tone. I've started that search.
Okay.
I think I've gravitated to him most because of that. Newer stuff that's come out, Chris Stapleton's new album, Starting Over, It was really refreshing to hear. Solid album all the way through. Got it in my car right now. So
Yeah, right.
I've been listening to that. And my daily mix is a little bit of Allman Brothers and the Grateful Dead, because that just makes you feel good inside.
Of course it does.
But yeah, those are and Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've kind of come back around to them. I hadn't listened to them much since my teens, but
cool.
Here recently, it's been like, yeah.
Right on. And I'm sure you've talked about this before, but you have speaking of staples, you have a staple and it's on your head. And every time I see you play, you've got the hat on. What's the story behind the hat?
I do. And this old hat, it's I really kind of beat it up.
Yeah, it looks great on you,
It serves
though.
me well, but it's really special to me. It's was given to me by my good friend. Her name was Ann Nicholson, and this lady she was a straight motorcycle riding, leather wearing gypsy her whole entire life, and she was in her 70s when she gave it to me, and we all kind of knew that her health wasn't great, or I don't think I would have accepted the hat because it's such an awesome hat. I was like,
Yeah.
and this you can't give this away. This is perfect. This is a great hat. And something told me, not to just take it that day. And she did end up passing away here recently, a couple weeks ago. But this hat, I wear it everywhere. And I found out that they went to the Grand Ole Opry, heard her longtime husband Rocky, and they were seeing Guns N' Roses at the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said when he was like, I was like, the Opry? Are you sure? And he was like, yeah.
Just go with it.
I was like, okay. And so he said that she saw this bandana and absolutely fell in love with it, and she had to put it on her hat, so he got it for her. And I won't ever open the bandana. I'm so curious to see what it looks like, but. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
It's part of the hat. When the hat falls apart, I guess it will too.
That's cool. Yeah, right on. Yeah. So, what else you got for us? Let's hear some more.
All right. So it's a little fun tune. One of the things that I'm most happy with about the recordings so far is I don't know what it sounds like. Like I couldn't tell you what it is. I don't know. It's cool that I can't put it in a box, kind of. Which, I guess eventually with marketing we'll have to figure out somewhere, at least some places to put it. But the sounds of it are really cool, and this is a funky little tune. It's got a working woman blues. There's a lot of working man blues. And working women, they get it. Working people in general. It's basically back to the whole job thing. And I just got tired of working for corporations and that whole thing, and it just bothered me one day. And I was like, I gotta get out, and I wrote this song. But it's called Working Woman Blues.
Cool.
It's like I wake up every morning, drag my dead ass out of bed. I grab a mug of that cheap black coffee and head right out the door into my gray sky. Drive time. Sublime day. I'm blasting one more from the road until I'm in my parking spot. Then put on that stupid name tag to remind me of who I'm not ever gonna be. 'Cause I don't wanna be here working woman blues. Working woman blues. When I'm on the clock, I'm on the job, give it everything I've got. 8 hours a day for 40 years, all you get is rest and rot. I've gotta find my way out of here. Working woman blues. Working woman blues. When I walk today, I walk for good. On me, I'm gonna bet my life. I'm not saving here for 50 years to get a go to watch and die. No way, Jose Cuervo. Working woman blues. Working woman blues. It's like I wake up every morning, drag my dead ass out of bed. I grab a mug of that cheap black coffee and head right out the door. Working woman blues.
Right on, Dani Kerr.
Thank you.
Working Woman Blues there. We'd like for you to head over to the mesh.tv and check out all the other shows on our network. We'd also like for for you to mash that subscribe button so that every Mesh podcast can get beamed directly to you whenever we drop an episode. So, Dang, thanks again for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's great to have you. Tell everybody where they can find all your stuff.
So
on the interwebs.
The best site to find everything, all the links are on there, is my website, which is under DaniKerrMusic.com. Spell that because we were just having a discussion about how funny my last name is, but that's DaniKerr Music.com. Like I said, all the links to all the social medias are there. There's also a biography if you care to know anything about that. Updates on music and merch will also be on there. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, when should we expect the new album? I know that's like saying, are you a fortune teller and looking into your crystal ball? But
yeah, I would like to say probably by late spring or summertime because we're really working. Now that we've kind of got our flow going, we're really just kind of running with it. So I think the rest of it'll kind of piece together pretty quickly. So yeah, I would say late spring, summer if I had an estimate. Definitely by the time summertime's over, it should be out. But I'll, like I said, I'll keep all those updates on the socials and
nice
on the website as well. Hopefully we can have a big shebang for it by then if things are a little bit better.
Right on, cool, yeah, for sure. So I see that you're at the Drive at 5 a whole lot in Statesville in the local radio station there. What's your what are you doing there?
I've been playing on there recently, and I actually was not supposed to be back on as soon as I was this past time, but we had a scheduling mistake, so I was like, well, we had thought the band was going to be on there, and that will happen in March, and it got swapped around to be in February. I was like, oh, I can't get them, but
right.
I was like, I can come in, like, if you want me to, so they had me back, and Stephen Winger's doing the Drive at 5 now. I'm not sure if you've met him much or know him much. He lives in Statesville and just a great guy, great musician, great friend of mine. And they're another channel that's done really great with keeping live music. They have 3 live music shows a week, Piedmont Folkways, and then the Drive at 5, and those are all great. And the stage in there, have you been to see it?
I haven't seen it, no. I went to the I was at the old radio station when the Little Toe and Frankie show was going on, and I have not been to the new place since they've moved it under the clock tower there.
It's really awesome. Rocky Lynn built it with his stage crew, Mr. Haas Lambert, rest in peace, and a few other members. They built it and did just a phenomenal job. And it was Billy Buck's vision, so props to him, but it's really awesome. Yeah, definitely go check it out. I know you can stay updated as to if they're having audiences.
You could go in. You can go and visit during their live production, right? I mean, you can go in there and watch live music on the radio as they're producing it, right?
Yeah. They've got probably. I know that it's changed now, obviously, as to how many people can be there, but I think they've got like 40 seats. There's a big area where people can actually sit and listen. And the same good atmosphere that radio station always brings. So really happy for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming, Miss Dani. And this has been I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. Don't be afraid to be kind to one another and have a great show. Dani's going to play us out.
Nice. I'm going to do a song I wrote for my good buddy, Mr. David Litton. I ride a motorcycle in. I was trying to ride home one night, and my phone was dead, and it was dark, and my headlight goes out on me all of a sudden, so end up having to drive all the way home with no headlight on a motorcycle, which I don't recommend. And I told my buddy David Litton the next day, he's a longtime motorcycle mechanic in the area, great friend of mine, and he just laughed at me, and he's like, you should write a song about that. And I was like, man, I will, but my light, man. I thought about it. I was like, that's a really good idea. So I didn't get it finished before he passed as well, but it's got no headlight. A few bucks in my pocket and 4 points on this compass. That's all I need. clouds, a new moon, a dust and a distant stars right in front of me. My whole back on this black tie, down this old country road. Well, I'm heading out to somewhere I don't know, I don't know. Drifting west with the summer, I'm running out of daylight, and I got a pack of smokes, tank of gas, and no headlight. Got all I own in my saddlebags, some guitar picks, a capo, and a change of clothes. Oh, you know, songs about me and you, all the stuff you put me through to get me on this road. My whole back on this black tie, up down this old country road. Well, I'm heading out to somewhere I don't know, I don't know. Drifting west with the summer, I'm running out of daylight, and I got a pack of smokes, tank of gas, and no headlights. So filled with rock and roll, ain't got time to cry. And I don't care what I've been told, I've gotta get on with my life. My whole back on this black side, down this old country road. Well, I'm heading out to somewhere I don't know, I don't know. Drifting west with the summer, I'm running out of daylight, and I got a pack of smokes, tank of gas, and no headlight. I got a pack of smokes, tank of gas, and no headlight.